Hi, everyone, and welcome to Juno Sphere, where we learn about a whole sphere of topics and how they are interconnected, just as we are all interconnected. The purpose of this excellent video is to enlighten and entertain you. Today, Juno cracks open the mythology and creation stories revolving around eggs, and also how the concept of eggs is eggspressed in our language today. Although we typically think of the Earth as being perfectly round, it actually resembles the shape of an ostrich egg. As the symbol of the source of life and of fertility, and also as the emblem of resurrection, the egg has been employed actually and symbolically in all kinds of magical practices everywhere and by all primitive people and ancient people. Eggs were the symbol of creation, and many mythological tales were woven around this idea. There is hardly any doubt that eggs were one of the chief features in the diet of primeval man, who probably ate them raw. The egg is as powerful in its symbolism as it is potent as a life force. The world egg is as ubiquitous a symbol for the egg from which the universe is said to have hatched, an idea that appears in creation myths from all parts of the world. The Celts, Hindu, Egyptians, Greeks, and Phoenicians, and many more all agree about this idea. Greek philosophers thought the egg represented the universe. The shell signified earth and air. The white of an egg, water, and the yolk, fire. The yolk symbolized the solar eye among all sun worshippers, and those who placed their faith in the sun and fire as primary sources of energy. The life of the Indian and Egyptian gods was in the egg, and the hieroglyphic of the sun god Ra was a point in a circle patterned after the egg. The form this cosmic hatching takes, though, is variable. Often the egg rises from primeval waters and is incubated by a bird. In Hindu belief, this is the Hamsa, a goose. When the egg hatches, the yolk and the white become heaven and earth. The Shinto religion says that the universe resembled a giant hen's egg that broke open, with the heavier parts becoming the earth and the lighter the heavens. There is also a theory that the entire universe is contained in a huge egg that stands upright. The ancient Japanese believed that the world was created from a chicken's egg. In Japanese mythology, creation begins with the world as a chaotic, formless mass. Then an indefinable sound filled the void, setting the particles in motion which form into an egg. The lighter particles rose upward, forming heaven, while the heavier particles coalesced into a heavy, dense mass and became the earth. In the ancient Japanese healing art of Jinshin Jutsu, energy is described as forming a cosmic egg around the body, flowing down the front as you exhale, and then up the back as you inhale, in a continual oval pattern. This energetic cosmic egg is facilitated by practicing the main central vertical flow. The Indians believed the world was created from a golden egg that contained the essence of the gods Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. The egg is a mystical symbol of the Creatress, whose world egg contained the universe as an embryo. Orphic said the great goddess of darkness, Mother Night, first brought forth the world egg which was identified with the moon. Heaven and earth were made of the two halves of the eggshell, and the first deity to emerge was the bisexual Eros, the desired. The charming Greek myth tells how the world was created. Apparently, Night was seduced by the wind and laid the primordial egg. The egg hatched, giving birth to Eros, the god of love. The two halves of the egg's shell became heaven and earth. As well as providing an explanation for the world, this myth also demonstrates that love is required for heaven and earth to exist. The Orphic egg is the symbol of an egg encircled by a coiled snake and depicts the Greek myth that the world was hatched from a silver egg. This silver egg sat in the darkness, an image that is closely associated with the moon. It is sometimes called the cosmic egg. According to Pliny, who claimed to possess a druid's egg, this wonderful egg was hatched by the joint labor of several serpents and was buoyed in the air by their hissing. The person who caught it had to escape at full speed to avoid being stung to death, but the possessor was sure to prevail in every contest and to be courted by those in power. In alchemy, the philosopher's egg symbolizes the seed of spiritual life and depicts the place wherein a great transformation takes place. A philosopher's egg was also a medieval preservative against poison and a cure for the plague. The shell of a new egg was pricked, and the white was blown out, and the space filled with saffron, or a yolk of an egg mixed with saffron. The Egyptians, Gauls, and Romans figured that the solar year started in the spring because that was the time when the sleeping seeds came to life and birds built their nests and laid their eggs. Everything in nature seemed to make a fresh start. According to archaeologists, a race of egg worshippers, now vanished, lived on Easter Island, 2,000 miles west of Chile. The people chose their rulers by holding an egg gathering contest in which the winner became the king. The inhabitants of this strange island are said to have lived in egg-shaped huts. The ancient Romans held egg games at their new year in honor of Castor and Pollux, the deified twins who were supposed to have been hatched from an egg, and who continue their existence as twin stars in the sky. A Columbus's egg is an easy task once one knows the trick. The story is that Columbus, in reply to a suggestion that other pioneers might have discovered America had he not done so, is said to have challenged the guests at a banquet in his honor to make an egg stand on end. When none succeeded, he flattened one end of the egg by tapping it against the table, and so stood it up, thus indicating that others might follow, but that he had discovered the way. Ostrich eggs are often suspended in Eastern churches as symbols of God's watchful care. It used to be thought that the ostrich hatches her eggs by gazing upon them, and that if she looks away for even a minute, the eggs will be addled. Furthermore, the story goes, if an egg is bad, the ostrich will break it. Thus also will God deal with evil men. The egg is a symbol of new life, and this idea is borne out with chocolate eggs at Easter, which in itself is a celebration of the pre-Christian fertility goddess Istra, who also gives her name to the hormone estrogen. The return of spring at Easter meant the return of life, so that the egg, symbol of life, came to be used in Easter celebrations. Easter eggs were highly colored to represent the flowers that would soon bloom. A charming Polish legend relating to the pisanki, or colored eggs, which always appear in large numbers on the Easter table, is that they were first prepared by Our Lady herself at Nazareth. To amuse the infant Jesus, she took hard-boiled eggs and painted them red and green and yellow. Polish countrywomen say that since that day, all good housewives have done the same, but because eggs are emblems of resurrection, they do it now at Eastertide. The custom of eating eggs on Easter Sunday and of making gifts of Easter eggs to children probably derives from the Easter payment of eggs by the peasant to his overlord. In Old England, eggs were given to children who sang in the streets and rolled them down a hill. The last egg to break brought good luck to the one who rolled it. This egg rolling is practiced on the White House lawn in Washington, D.C. today. Egg Feast, or Egg Saturday, is the Saturday before Shrove Tuesday, and it used to be so called because the eating of eggs was forbidden during Lent. Although brown and white eggs are identical in food value, a superstitious preference is expressed, with brown the favorite in certain parts of America and whites in other sections. Those who favor brown eggs think they are richer and more nutritious. In large cities, some young housewives even think white eggs are fresher. On the other hand, some associate white eggs with something pale and anemic and think that they have a lower nutritive value. As a matter of fact, all eggs are designed by nature for the development of chicks, and whether they are brown or white, they contain a great deal of nourishment in a limited space for the potential fowl. Now consider also the verbal expressions associated with eggs. Are you putting all your eggs in one basket by taking an all or nothing gamble? Or have you had egg all over your face when you did something recently that made you look stupid? An egghead is a brainy or intellectual person. The term derives from the supposition that intellectuals are often bald. Eggshell blonde is an Australian slang for a bald man since 1945. A bad egg is a disreputable person. A wind egg is an egg without a shell, or with a soft shell, or an unfertilized one, from the old superstition that the hen that lays it was impregnated by the wind. The butter and egg man in U.S. usage refers to a farmer or a small town businessman who comes to the big city and spends money lavishly, thereby making a fool of himself. To lay an egg means to fail completely, especially in a variety performance. The implication is, presumably, that one has laid a bad egg. A nest egg is money laid by. The allusion is to the custom of placing a china egg in a hen's nest to induce her to lay her eggs there. If a person has saved a little money, it serves as an inducement to increase the store. To teach someone's grandmother to suck eggs means to tell somebody to do something that they already know how to do. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. Said by way or warning to someone who is trying to get something for nothing. That is, to accomplish some desired object without being willing to take the necessary trouble or to make the necessary sacrifice. To break an egg in someone's pocket means to spoil someone's plan, a phrase dating back to 1734. Can you think of any other excellent egg stories or references? Let me know in the comments below. For more information on a wide variety of topics, please check out the growing library of videos on Junosphere. There are numerous playlists to choose from, and keep your eyes peeled for an exciting companion video about egg superstitions and dreams. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share, and jingle that bell to receive notifications. I am so appreciative of your support. Thanks for tuning in, and I invite you to tune into Junosphere again soon. Bye.